All right, let's do another quick look at gold while we wait for the intermediate cycle to finally bottom. And it never fails. If you don't time the bottom, exactly perfectly, you get, the horde of trolls that'll come in and tell you that you're wrong. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to time these things perfectly to make a lot of money. Let me expand this chart and show you a perfect example of this. So, we saw this in spades back here in 2008. Again, really long cycle, next to impossible to time the bottom exactly right. And, of course, I got lots of emails telling me that, I was wrong, I was a fraud, and now you can look at the chart, and the sentiment levels at this bottom were very similar to what is happening now. Sentiment is massively negative and bearish, and that is the fuel for a big move. But literally, you could have been a month, even 2 months early on this bottom and still made a lot of money. So the trolls, got it wrong again, like they always do at these bottoms. It's as I've said before, the cartel, they're going to win a lot of battles. They aren't going to win the war, but there has just gotten to be so much manipulation in the metals market since 2013 that it's really almost impossible, other than pure luck, to time the exact bottom. The best we can do nowadays is just try and get close enough. And folks, we're close enough. I think we are, maybe we get it today, but even if I thought this was probably the bottom because it occurred on day 8 of the bloodbath phase. But then when I saw the cartel suppressing gold here as the dollar was falling, it became pretty clear to me that they were trying to keep gold suppressed and keep it down, waiting for an update in the dollar. So even if the dollar is moving down into a daily cycle low, it's going to have an update here and there. And they were waiting for that update to make it easier to attack gold again. They're trying to break this pivot. Is what they're trying to do. They want to cover their shorts into a break of this pivot, but they're in dangerous territory here. If they wait too long, they can get caught in a huge short squeeze. So, of course, the market hasn't even really opened yet. This is the futures market, so we don't know where this is going to end. We know that they're trying to break this pivot here, and they want to cover those shorts into a break of that pivot. But they're in, like I said, they're in dangerous territory, and if they can't get that break of this pivot and get everybody to stop out, if the shorts start to cover too early, then they risk getting caught in a short squeeze. But if you bought here on day 8, thinking that this was the bottom, my God, you're close enough. Just like I showed you on the previous chart, you could have bought a month, even 2 months early, and it would have been close enough to make good money. The same thing's going to apply here. I'm going to be watching the triple leverage funds and see if we can't get some really big upside volume in the I guess they're double leveraged funds at this point, the JNUG and the Nugget, and that might be a clue that we have formed a bottom. We've already got really heavy volume on the downside, and that usually means you're pretty close. It's a sign that the dumb money is panicking and selling for anything they can get, and the smart money is scooping that up. But sometimes the exact bottom to the day will come on a very heavy volume up day. But the heavy volume down days usually means that you're pretty close, unless that was to occur right off of a top. If you get a really heavy volume like somewhere up in here, then that would tell you that the decline is just beginning. But if you get it after 5 months of going down, a really heavy volume down days, it means you're getting close to the bottom. So we're close enough here. And here's the problem the cartel has. And I said this the other day. If it looks to me like the dollar is moving down into a daily cycle low. And here was that up day that the cartel was looking for to try and smash gold again. And like I said, they're trying to break that pivot, that August of last year pivot. So here was the up day that it gave them a little cover for another smash. But then if the dollar is moving down into daily cycle low, which it looks like it is, then the trend is probably going to keep going lower, and it's going to make it difficult for them to hold that suppression. And that's what's happening this morning here. The dollar is starting to roll over and continue that move down into the daily cycle low, and it may force the cartel to have to cover those shorts before they really want to. They would like to cover on a break of this pivot, but you can see that there's there are a lot of other shorts in the market, hedge funds and such, that are may cover early, and they may catch the cartel in a short squeeze. So they're in a dangerous position here, and this could turn out to be our final intermediate cycle low, as it usually is, right as all the trolls are emailing me to tell me how wrong I am, and I'm not wrong. We are close enough. We're not going to drop another $100-$200 here. We're within days. I may have missed the bottom by maybe 5 days, and by what, about 20 bucks. So not the end of the world. It's just not really possible to time perfect bottoms in this heavily manipulated market anymore. It was possible to get really close back before 2013, but at that point, that's when we started to see this heavy manipulation in the metals market and in the pre-market and such. And at that point, it's just timing perfect bottoms just became virtually impossible. But we can get close enough, and we're close enough at this point, so that by the time the intermediate rally tops, and they usually last 2 to 2.5 months, you're going to make plenty of money. And hell, you could have, I'm going to say, you could have got in up here and you'll still make good money. Even if you were 3-4 weeks early, you're still going to make good money. But as of right now anyway, again, we'll have to see if this reversal holds into the close. But with the dollar looking like it wants to continue down into that daily cycle low, I think it's going to be pretty difficult for the cartel to keep the suppression, and they may not succeed in breaking the August low.